I'm thrilled to have the Movement Watch Company continue to support this channel, and they aren't helping my addictive personality by sending me several watches to try out each time I do this. And I keep circling back to their Voyager model as it's my favorite. So I have 3 of them now, each in different styles and occasions, and they've even started selling this neat collector's case. It's like a little watch hoopty fleet headquarters. I really like the style of Movement watches as it gives nods to classic themes with a clean, modern take, all at an affordable price, and I really like their founder's origin story. It's just a couple of college dropouts with a dream who have now sold over 1 million watches in over 160 countries. It really is a nice, clean design, and I've seriously been getting compliments on this watch ever since I put it on. So join the movement with me and support this channel and get $15 off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com and using the code Hoovies15. Also, Movement has Valentine's Day covered with another gift box for her, which I'll be surprising my girlfriend with. I imagine it'll go over better than a broken BMW. So, now is the time to step up your or your loved one's watch game. Go to mvmt.com and use the code Hoovies15 and join the movement. Now, back to cars. Hi, I'm Sarah McHoovie. This year, thousands of sad hoopties will be abandoned and left alone to suffer and die, and they need your help right now. Please stop what you're doing and adopt a hoopty right now. It only takes a few dollars a day, or your entire life savings if you buy an old BMW. But with that, you could provide food, shelter, and most importantly, love to a poor, neglected car. It's the greatest gift you can give to a hoopty that deserves a second chance. So please, stop what you're doing now and subscribe to this channel. Share and like this video to show your support to save a hoopty foundation. I hate those commercials. They always get me every time. God, why do they do that? So I'm a little late with a 6-month update on the ownership of my 1998 Jeep Cherokee with 361,000 miles. But did you guys really want an update while it was sitting for months with a bad head gasket or in 1,000 pieces? But actually, this thing's so simple with the head off, it was more like in 3 pieces, but I'm not smart enough to reassemble Legos at a 7-year-old level, so I needed the car wizard to put it back together for me, but his fancy pants went on a 2-week cruise. Yeah, the car wizard had a nice little Mexican vacation, and apparently he was feeding some monkeys in Cozumel when somebody shouted out, "Car wizard!" So whoever that was, thank you for that. He's since gotten back to Halstead and got himself a talent agent to do local store openings and bar mitzvahs, but no, really. He's actually back to work in the wizard's lair, and he quickly got my Jeep back together for me. Now, if you don't even remember me having this Jeep, I totally understand. I forget that I have cars all the time. So to recap, I bought this thing non-running for only $300, and it had 360,000 miles on it. Now, I got super lucky as it only took a starter to get this thing running and driving again, but then I spent another couple of grand to sort out a few other little things, install a suspension lift, and some mud tires. I then called out my editor at autotrader.com/oversteer, Doug DeMuro. Article link below, click on that, and I called him out against his silly yellow Defender, and he didn't even dignify it with a response. He even put his dainty little Defender in winter storage. Actually, it's a good thing he didn't accept my challenge, because the first time I ever took it out of town on any serious off-roading, it blew its head gasket and has been sitting broken ever since, until now. Before the head gasket blowing, I had $2,800 into this thing, and now I have $4,300 into it, as I needed to replace the leaky water pump as well, and chose to have the wizard fix all the oil leaks from the oil pan and the oil filter housing gaskets. With the passenger window motor replaced as well, my $300 Jeep was finally sorted. So in total, about $300 plus $4,000 to have a nice sorted Jeep Cherokee. Now, when I first bought this thing, people said that it was my greatest purchase ever. And now I'm sure they're all going to think that I'm a total idiot. And it's absolutely true. If I had the desire and the skill, I could have saved thousands wrenching on this thing myself. Now, $4,300 is certainly more than this thing is worth, but I don't have a moment's regret. You would never guess by the way that it looks, and now the way it drives, that it has 361,000 miles on it. And I think the best way to show you this is to do another montage. Yes, a montage. Yes, the body, engine bay, and undercarriage are all ridiculously nice. Ridiculous! And the paint is all original on the body panels. It's just nuts. And after not being behind the wheel for nearly 6 months, I've totally forgotten how much fun this Jeep is. This ancient pushrod 4-liter inline 6 is so torquey and it feels great. It's shocking when you consider that this thing was outrunning dinosaurs 65 million years ago. Oh wait, I've got my world history mixed up with that Nickelodeon show, Land of the Lost, from 1990s.
Now we've crossed the line, fallen through time, living in the land of the lost, living in the land of the lost, land of the lost.
Now I'm so proud of that reference, I'll probably never top that. But anyway, it's no wonder that everybody loves these things because they're just so simple, so reliable, and fun. This is the vehicle that I'll be taking to the drive-in movies because it has a totally full flat cargo area and simple electronics that won't leave the lights on with the hatch up and drain the battery at the movies. It's perfect. It's also so comfortable with these thick cushioned, high riding seats that you never get in new cars because everybody wants to be sporty nowadays and puts hard rock, bolstery, racy seats in everything. Blech. Really, this Jeep is 4x4 perfection in a big box. It has none of the high price and high maintenance drawbacks of a G-Wagon or a Defender, and an endless aftermarket support to build these things as wild and as capable as you want them to be. The newer four-door Wrangler Unlimited is really the torchbearer of this Cherokee, but it does feel larger and heavier, while Jeep's little SUV offerings are just rebadged Fiats or built to really be economy SUVs. It's not even close to this. Now, I can't gripe too much because Jeep still builds a great dedicated off-roader with the Wrangler, but you can't help but miss having a real Cherokee in their lineup. They could remake this thing right now and it would probably sell out, but then they would probably get sued into bankruptcy with the negative 5-star crash test rating and its tendency to have violent rollover accidents if the driver sneezes too hard. So if you're really into these old Jeeps, buy one now while they're still cheap, before Doug DeMuro does a video on them and everybody wises up. With so few clean examples left, they'll disappear from the roadways before you know it, and then some crazy dude will pay $100,000 for one at Barrett-Jackson, and it's all downhill from there. I imagine mine will never be worth a whole lot, but the way this thing has endured 20 years and 361,000 miles and came out the other side looking this good makes it a lot more interesting for me to keep. I'll certainly cherish this thing right up until the judge forces me to auction it off at my inevitable bankruptcy auction. Thank you for watching. Now we've crossed the line, falling through time, living in the land of the lost, land of the lost.